Welcome. Today's lesson is on how to best use your phones when you're doing distance learning. First of all, the phone itself has lots of capabilities because it is such a kind of a universal platform for a variety of things. The apps are terrific, and of course, if we have to make video, this is the one thing that this does extremely well. The video quality is excellent. I actually do a lot of my videos just using my phone, and there's no reason why you can't either. Now, the difference between probably you and me is the fact that I do a lot of editing, but a lot of teachers are saying, I don't have time for this, blah, blah, blah. And I agree, you probably don't, so don't edit. And so if you make really short, concise videos that are 5 minutes or less, like even 2 or 3 minutes, if you want to just capture something very quickly and then send it off to where it needs to go, whether it be in the cloud or whether it's in a project or just to a person who basically needs to have some data. So that works really well. Now, the way this obviously is going to work, you have two lenses. One this looks out, and like for instance, I might take a picture of this contraption. This contraption is my homemade dock camera, and some people think, well, what does it look like? So I send them, because it's hard sometimes for me to explain it, but I send it off, and that's fine. Also, videotaping works well, and then if you add if you just turn around the selfie part of the camera, then you can do kind of selfies, and you can maybe give them definitions or do a variety of things on video. I'm not recording right now, but anyway, it does show you that you can use this. It's quick, it's easy, you don't have to edit, just take the shots that you need and then move on. Don't spend a whole lot of time with that. Now, there are some apps in here they're pretty and darn incredible. Before I move on to the next one, just let me show you what happened last year. I'm at a park last year, and one of my students called, and we were doing balancing equations in class. And he said he didn't understand it. And I said, well, let's do this. And I pulled out my phone, and then I explained to him how to balance equations by basically getting the inventory list of, for instance, this is basically the reactant side and the product side. So the reactant side, I just showed him how this nitrogen, there's 2 parts to it, and so it has 2 nitrogens and 2 hydrogens. And then when we went to the reactant side, you also still have nitrogen, hydrogen, but in this case you only have 1 nitrogen, 3 hydrogens. Now to balance is really relatively easy. We just get these 2 together. I'm going to multiply those 2. So we're going to put a 2 here, and now we've got to change this to a 2, and that to a 6. And then this one gets a 3. And then you change that to 6. So there you have it. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is basically just on-the-fly video, and then I just went ahead and stopped, sent it to him because it was relatively small. It took me less than 2 minutes, and he thought it was pretty kind of cool, and so that works. Now there's another feature that I wanted to show you. If you have on your phone the app called Google Lens, and I just happen to do that, and it basically is made commercially for I think it's Amazon. So but basically its DNA is to you capture something, and then it's going to tell you what it might be. And in this case, there it is right there. When you find the right one, I click on it, and then I can click on that. Gets a little bit better picture, and it kind of tells me all the information about it. So you can do that with plants, you can do that with living things, and that way your students, but even you, it can require them to do some kinds of like a plant collection or an insect collection or what have you. Another terrific thing is I teach soils. And there's a lot of apps that are very specific to what we teach. And so it's called Soil Web. And what it does is it gets your location and then tells you what kind of soils do you have under your feet. And this one's kind of pumping it out. It's acquiring my location. And it's not going to, there it is. It's a YOLO Silt Loam, and it is, and if I click on the arrow, it tells me all about it. All about the various horizons and profiles and that kind of stuff. So if you get the right apps, you make it much more user-friendly for you, and it allows you to get some work done very, very quickly. Here's another thing. I like having all of the kind of the Google Suite at my fingertips, so that when we take pictures or do assignments, it goes right up to the cloud, so that they can store it and then send it to me. And then Flipgrid, we're in one of my grids, and then of course they take pictures, not pictures, but a video of themselves, and then also they have little captions underneath them. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is, with the right kind of apps, it can do a lot of work, but just with your camera alone, you can do a lot of good video. Don't get so tied up in editing that you're afraid of it. Just do just a few minutes and then send it off. Don't even edit. Make it, just send it raw. Well, I hope that's helped you. And if there's other questions you have, please let me know in the comments below. And we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.